So this is my last poem. Thanks. I appreciate that.
12 more.
I am featuring at the Mercury Cafe in Denver on Sunday, and I promise I will do a different set than I did tonight, and a different one than I did at Miter Disturbance the other night, because I got lots of poems. But I do have CDs and books for sale. I do take credit cards. I have an email list. I would love to talk with you. If you are an educator, I would love to come and facilitate workshops where you work. I'm gonna stop hustling myself. I'm in Denver for another minute, so let's talk. What the fuck was it? Oh yes, I grew up in drug addiction. I grew up in drug culture. Yay, what a fucking cartwheel that is. And a few years ago, or a couple years ago, I had somebody ask me to write for a show about community. The umbrella of the show was community, and so I wrote about what it is to grow up in drug culture. So this poem is for the people that I grew up with who are still fighting addiction, and the youth that I work with who are constantly exposed to addiction, and it is my church. Thank you for having me. You guys are amazing. The ritual began with courting a crew of my closest friends. Now, I knew they were my closest friends because they were the people I trusted with my heart, but never my money. Our cat calls were a hangdog shoulder on the north side of school. Service industry smoke breaks under dim-lit awning in a rainstorm. Yellow smoke tail-wagging between our fingers. In the species of us, there was a hunger for a hug-like head nod of understanding in the bent crowbar of our half-cocked necks. Some call this confidence, others swagger. Most days, it was survival. When we embraced, we knew our brothers held us the way our fathers' heavy hands taught them to. We could smell it in the slap-skin meat of our necks. Pretty privileged girls on a junk ride away from home might call this pheromones. We understood it as love. The crew would rally everywhere together, connected at the hip, the hemline, the jugular taste of uncut. With this crew, every car ride was a mission. Every mission had a soundtrack. In the romance of using, we were the stars of a movie. A tap-dancing cliche in a rainstorm with no chance of lightning. We were foolishly fearless and brilliant at it. During the internal negotiation, we never called addiction. Shame was a closet of hats, constantly redefining our habits' rationalization, cataloging and recataloguing our histories as if living it wasn't enough the first time. All of this is to say I have seen some things that all too often make fireside stories uncomfortable for those who were raised with much better holding. Now that I'm grown, my days are spent with young folks trying to pry their way out of the shrapnel they call home. My nights are caught somewhere between the ideas of what I can be and the disdain for where I came from. My best me exists when I am pooling in a massacre that lives between those 2 points. If you have ever bled sunrise and called it relief, I have compiled a list of 10 truths I want you to know that I promise I am still trying to learn myself. 1, you are better than a story about what not to do. 2, you're living in response to your upbringing, which means your children will live in response to how you raise them. What do you most want to teach them? 3, somewhere tonight there is a woman praying for you, wishing she were your mother. She knows you might hear her differently if she were. Do not shun her prayer. Let it crowbar your liquid shoulders. We all have rusted parts. 4, be more than a patinaed lawn decoration for the wealthy. 5, some of us have to choose new places to come from. Don't worry. You won't forget what came before that. It lives in the fearful cower you will fight daily. 6, in the moments you forget someone loves you, pretend somewhere across the vast blue of your compulsion there are continents of optimist hearts. 7, we humans do get what we ask for. 8, please, stop asking to be rewounded. You have branded yourself with scars that will not disappear with the skin slack of old age. 9, most days our bodies are temple wars. Honoring them wholly is as much a practice as breathing. 10, get in the habit of affirming you are holy with each breath. Brave words like love and beautiful say, I am holy. My walls are that of a temple, I am sacred. Sacred does not mean pristine. I am beautiful. I am landslide and crater shake. I am human in all of the faults that build me. I am loved. If this feels wrong or foreign, that is okay. Sail on the violence of its awkward. Court it as your new addiction. And breathe.
Yeah.